there is an article that I saw that really stood out to me, and I thought, man, this is something that needs to be talked about because I've never heard of anything like this happening ever before. So two fishermen, their names are Chase Kaminsky and Jake Runyon, I believe. They were caught red-handed cheating to win nearly $29,000 in a fishing competition. And now they are in trouble with the law. And let me explain to you what they did. So this fisherman competition, obviously, they go by the size of the fish and the weight of the fish. Winner gets I guess it's like $29,000 or $30,000. They were so desperate to win that they cheated by stuffing their fish with weights.
Oh my God. Can I just tell you that when you first told me like the headline, can I just tell you the first thought that came to my mind about how you cheat in a fishing competition? Like I thought they were using like filet mignon as bait, some more fish. Like instead of using a worm, they were using some prime meat to attract more fish.
Imagine, like, why is your rod, like, why is it hanging so low? Like, oh, I got steak on there. Like, I just
catch a freaking shark. So I just want to tell you right off the bat, that was my first train of thought. Is like, well, the first thing I thought about is like, how do you cheat in a fishing competition? And then I'm like, do you use something different as bait? Yeah. I will say the weights thing never crossed my mind until you mentioned it.
No, you got to be like extremely adamant on winning. Like you have to just, and I don't even know. Cheating, regardless, is not the right thing to do. Especially, you know, when you have $30,000 on the line. But I give them credit for like attempting that because it's very creative and it's not something I would have thought about myself.
Joey, you just said cheating is not good, but I give them credit.
I'm trying to weigh out both sides because like it is a really creative. It's like that teacher in school, like she gives a test or he gives a test and a student gives back, like they ask like a technical question and the student gives back like a creative answer and it's completely wrong, but like you got to give them credit for like attempting to give that answer, you know, like.
Yeah. Have you ever cheated at something and got away with it?
Yes.
Okay. Give us an example, Joey.
So in school, we would, on tests, I don't know, there was so many different ways we would do it. We'd like write the answers on the desk, you know, or notes on the desks. I've seen some people do it where they put it like on their wrists or they put answers because for some reason, each period, like each class period would have the same test. So people from previous
I will give you the answers. I used to do that, and then I will sell the answers because I like to make money on everything that I do. Also, because I can tell you all the things that I did in high school to make money. You will laugh, but I will write down the answers on my leg because in Puerto Rico, even public schools, we use uniforms, so the girls wear skirts. So I would always write it on my leg, lift up my skirt a little bit, and there it is, all of the answers. I was an honor student. I don't know what I would have been without that.
Oh, look at you. Overachiever. Now, I've seen people like wear flip-flops or like sandals and like write it on their feet or like do something like towards the ground where they're like looking down and you can't really see anything. But I mean, wacky stuff. But this article, what's really funny about it, first off, it took place in Ohio. And it says the prosecutor's office in Ohio tells TMZ, my staff will be meeting with officers from the Ohio Department of National Resources today regarding this matter. I take all crimes seriously, including attempted felony theft at a fishing tournament.
Listen, as somebody that, you know, I was living in New York City, now living in Puerto Rico, where the crime rate is not very friendly. It must be nice to live somewhere where this is what police is worried about. Right? Okay, good for Ohio if that's the biggest crime that they have to worry about.
And it's major news.
Yeah.
Did you hear what happened at the fishing tournament?
Listen, I lived in the Midwest for a period of time. This is why none of this shocks me.
Oh man. No, I honestly, I saw this one, and out of all the other like articles and news I saw, I was like, this is one that like is the epitome of this show. Like this is what we're supposed to be talking about. Like stupid, funny, not necessarily celebrity news, but it is celebrity because it's a very well-known fishing tournament, I guess.
Were they like feeding the fish the weights? Like,
no,
they, like...
so they would catch them, and I guess I don't know if they would kill them or what they were doing. I don't know. From the picture, I don't want to get too graphic with this, but from the picture that I saw in the article, the fish were cut open, like from the stomach, how you normally do it.
Right.
And that's the picture they showed. So I don't know if they were stuffing them from there or putting them through their mouths after they caught them. But they put weights in all their fish, and apparently the weight of each fish was double of what it normally was, like what it was naturally. So they doubled the weight of all their fish.
Maybe they would have not made it so obvious. They would have probably gotten away with it because every fish like weighing that much. Like, why not put like a 1/2 pound weight here, 3 pound weight here, so there's like some kind of variety, you know?
Yeah, I don't know how they went about. Like, the judges probably had to be like, "Oh all your fish are so heavy and like they're perfect and they all weigh about the same. Like, how did you? What area did you guys fish? Like, I don't know. I don't even know how that even." What the conversation is, how that comes up, or how you get caught doing that. Like,
I love it. I still like my idea of using like prime steak meat as bait. I think that would have been better for them.
I think that would have been fantastic. All that money you'd be winning just be putting towards steaks for the next trip.
Now they're gonna have to use. Oh well, they didn't even win it. I was gonna say now they're gonna have to use it on a lawyer.
Hey, seriously, now they might have freaking jail time.
Felony. Imagine the conversation when you're getting a job, right? Yeah. They did the background check and they'll be like, well, something showed up in your record. You have to sit there and explain to your future employer how you stuffed a fish with weights.
Yeah. What did you do exactly? I cheated in a fishing tournament.
We can't have that in this company.
No, can't have that. Can't have that. Felony. Major news.
God.
I wish we were living in a time where that was like the worst thing happening. Like,
me too.
Man.
Me too. Which is why I made my comment earlier. Like, bless their heart. If that's like the biggest thing they have to worry about, people should move there, apparently.
Just so bored, and the sheriff's just like sitting there sleeping at his desk, and he gets a call. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. Like something.
A full-blown investigation with like boxes of reports because they have nothing else better to do.
The lake or wherever they were fishing is all like caution tape off.
Crime scene.
Full crime scene.
Oh my God, I love this.
They're writing scripts to sell it to Law and Order. Yeah, we can go a little extreme with this. But.
Yeah, we can.
So moving on from this, I don't know how you can, but we're gonna try. And this one, honestly, is my favorite one. I thought it was the funniest one of the week so far. So everybody knows who Taylor Lautner is. If you don't know who he is, obviously he's one of those teen heartthrobs. You've seen him in Teen Wolf and other different movies. He is engaged to a woman, or she's a nurse actually as well. Her name is Taylor. So when they get married, they're both going to be Taylor Lautner.
You love to see it.
So everybody loved Taylor Lautner, and now you get a second one. So what do you think? What do you think about this topic? But then again, I want to hear your idea. If this was you, like if you were in this position and you were marrying someone with the same, you have the same name. What do you do?
All right, so maybe this is a culture thing, and here's like my culture 101 is when we get married, we don't take last names. So in Puerto Rico, we use 2 last names, right? We use my father and then mom's last name. So I already feel weird about taking anybody's last name. I'm like, nobody's good enough to replace my dad's last name, like, you know?
Hell yeah.
So I always been against that. I don't like somebody losing their whole personality or who they are just because they get married. Like I said, maybe I'm too modern there. I was talking about different houses. Now I'm talking about keeping the last name. Maybe that's why I just don't want to get married.
You're starting a new way, Lisa.
Yeah, even in my culture, we don't do that. So people is like, you guys have like 4 names, and it's because we use 2 last names here. We never lose the maternal side of things. So yeah, I wouldn't take anybody's last name personally. But I loved this story when I saw it. And I know we're talking about Big Brother recently. There was a little bit of a showman in Big Brother. And the guy's name was Monty Taylor. And then the winner, her name was Taylor. So people were like, imagine they get married. Is she going to become Taylor?
Oh, man.
So it's like, I always thought that was funny with the whole taking somebody's last name and what that can turn into. But as soon as I saw he was engaged to a Taylor, I remember thinking that she has to take his last name. Like, it would just be so clever.
If you want to see all our videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, click the subscribe button below. Otherwise, we'll start posting spoilers about your favorite new movies.